Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me for another episode of the Handle That podcast. It's been a long time. I actually recorded a podcast episode before this, but for some reason, all of the footage got, botched and scratched up, so I just decided to scratch it. So this is the official comeback video, if you will. I got on my Miami Dolphins hat. We just beat the Dallas Cowboys 2 days ago on Sunday. Today is Tuesday, man. We beat them by 2. You see what I'm saying? We 11-4. We got to play the Baltimore Ravens next Sunday, and we got to play the Buffalo Bills the Sunday after that. We pretty much control our own destiny, because if we beat the Ravens, then we pretty much clinch the entire, AFC, get the first round bye, get all that shit. So, all of the perks that come along with being the number one top dog in the AFC. But this is not about football, right? This is not about football. What this is not also about, but I will say, I just dropped yesterday a new video on my YouTube channel, Abdul Aesthetics. The link will be in the description of this video, right? It's a fitness vlog. If you're not hip to it, fitness vlog going from where I am to where I want to be. It's not just about losing weight, but it's about improving your life, right? It's about, living better, eating well, and doing all the things that are necessary that go into living a better life. Because a lot of people, you don't like what you're doing. You don't like the job. You don't like the type of money you make. You maybe not like the place you're living, the people you're around. And what this vlog, because this is a long drawn out vlog, what this vlog is going to do, what my intent is to show people that even though you may be at the bottom in your opinion, you can always level up. It may be slow, it may not be as quick as you would like it to be, but you can always level up and get to where you want to get to. So definitely go check that out. That's Abdul Aesthetics. The link will be in the description to this video. So what this video is about, we're going to jump right in. If you've been under a rock, right, you may have missed the controversy, unnecessary controversy, I should add, between Simone Biles and her husband, Jonathan Owens. Now, Jonathan Owens is a NFL player. He plays for the Green Bay Packers right now. And Simone and him were on the Pivot podcast, right? Pivot podcast, ex-NFL players, Channing Crowder, Fred Taylor, Ryan Clark. Thank you. I fucking forgot Ryan Clark. I'm saying thank you to myself in my head because I thought of him. Anyway, so the issue is they were asked how they met, right? We're just going to get right into it. They were asked how they met. And Jonathan Owens' response was, we met on a dating app. She basically, people are upset with what he said, because he basically said, she chased me. I wasn't really hip to who she is. I didn't really know much about gymnastics and stuff like that. But she came to me and we decided to be together. Now we're married. Now we're just having all kind of, just living it up right now, having a great time. A great relationship from what they're saying. But people have a problem with this, right? People have a problem with the fact that they basically have a problem with the way he was talking. Excuse me. They have a problem with the way that he was talking. He said that he feels like he's the prize. He feels like, their relationship is great because of that mentality. And Simone was sitting there the entire time just cheesing up, loving everything about this guy, loving everything about this man. And she doesn't have a problem with anything he said, because at this point in time, she's, used to him saying the things he said. And not to say that as though he's, a piece of shit saying fucked up shit, because he said nothing wrong in that podcast. Definitely go check that podcast out if you haven't already. Check it out and you can form your own opinion. But we're going to get into exactly how I feel about this thing. So Simone Biles has no problems with what he's saying. Right? No problems whatsoever. The internet, Instagram, TikTok, I've even seen it on Facebook. Hell, I've even seen slides on Snapchat, and I never use Snapchat, but make sure you follow me on all of those social medias. It's the same thing, Abdul Aesthetics. And people are destroying this man, or at least they're trying to destroy this man, because they don't like the way he's talking. They're saying things like, oh, he's probably, a narcissist. Oh, she can do better. I've even seen one lady say, Simone, we're not going to allow you. This is what the fuck I saw. I've seen videos of women saying, Simone, right? The mafia of women, we're not going to allow you to diminish your light for this man. Basically, we're not going to allow you to be happy in your relationship because we don't like the terms of the relationship. Not to say that Simone had to dim her light to be happy in this relationship, but this is what they're saying, right? This is what they're saying. 'Cause I know people like to misconstrue words. This is what the fuck they're saying. You see videos of women and some men, which is crazy. And I have a theory about that, and I'm gonna get into that in a second. But you see these videos of these women saying that, oh, she's so much more important than him. Who is this guy? We call him Simone Biles' husband. This guy's nothing. Not to forget to mention again, this guy's an NFL player. Makes millions of dollars per year, but he's not that big a deal. Right? This is the same caliber of man that most women would dream of being with. And some fucked up women would dream of getting pregnant by this guy so they can have pretty much a free ride through life. You see what I'm saying? But because of this situation in this context, he's not that big a deal. Shut the fuck. Ooh. Anyway, so they don't like the way he's talking. They don't want her to be happy. And a lot of people could not understand why these women and some of these men feel the way they feel about this relationship, especially if it does not pertain to you specifically. And I'm going to tell you why, right? This is a classic case of misery loves company, right? The only people who have a problem with the dynamic of Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens' relationship and marriage, the only people who have a problem with that are women who wish they were in Simone's position, right? Because apparently you've heard it, I've heard it, we've all heard it. There are no good men anymore, right? You go online, everybody's, oh, there's no good men. There's no good men. You can't find a good man nowhere, blah, 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 and all this other stupid shit when it all comes down to the type of guy that you allow into your life, right? They don't want to talk about the type of guy that they allow into their life, which is usually a bum ass motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to talk about that. But here's the thing though. Those types of women and men who only seek validation from women and see this as an excuse to try to get in with the good graces. You, like, perfect example, you like, if you're a guy, you may have went through this, right? It happens pretty much throughout school, but this usually happens in high school. That's when the testosterone is starting to, go crazy. Your hormones all over the place, puberty and shit like that. You may have come into contact with a guy who tried to make you look stupid to impress other girls. I'm gonna say that again. You may have come into contact with a guy who tried to make you look stupid personally to impress another girl, right? These are the type of guys that, finger quotations, have a problem, finger quotations, with what Jonathan Owens said and how he came off, right? I always say that people who are good in a certain aspect usually refrain from saying anything about the negative side of an aspect. If that makes sense, let me see if I can break that down again. Basically, people who are in a good relationship really don't speak on bad relationships. You see what I'm saying? The only people who speak on relationships are people who wish they were in them, or people who legitimately don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So to have these people go out here and say that they are not going to allow Simone Biles, one of the most decorated athletes of all time, right? They're not going to allow her to live her life because they don't like her husband. I'm going to say it again. They're not going to allow her to live her life because they don't like her husband. For them to say that shit is fucking ludicrous. And I'm not talking about the rapper. It is ridiculous, right? To go back, this is just a classic case of misery loves company. Excuse me. I'm sitting here drinking on this water. So, you know what's crazy? Whenever I drink water, and because it's kind of like a double-edged sword. I can't do this podcast shit, I can't do this without drinking water. I can't just welcome to the end of that podcast. I can't, I'll dry mouth and shit like that. But then when I talk, my mouth gets dry and I start burping. So then I have to rehydrate. You know what I'm saying? I have to rehydrate, which kind of starts the cycle over. This is why my podcast episodes are only like 10, 20 minutes long. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. Somewhere over, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So when you find yourself in a relationship, or when you find yourself a good thing, there are always going to be people who seek to take that thing from you or destroy it. Or if they can't do either of those two, they're going to try to diminish the importance of it because they secretly wish they had it. Let me tell you something. I used to hang out with a guy who would always try to talk to women that I would talk to, right? We used to be cool as fuck. And I could never understand why he would do that. He's not an ugly guy, right? He's pretty handsome guy. You can admit when a guy is handsome, fuck. I guess Michael B. Jordan, but I think that's just more so popularity and shit like that. Some guys aren't that handsome. They're just popular, right? Like Boris Kojo. If you don't know what that is, look him up. Lance Gross, Tyler Perry shit. That guy, that is a handsome guy, right? So, this guy, he can get women, but for some reason, he would always try to get close to the women that I would talk to. And I never could understand that. And as I got older, as you get older, you use your wiser, you use the wisdom that you now have accumulated over the years, and you hark back to how you used to think, how you used to operate, the shit you used to go through. Now, mind you, this happened when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, right? I'm 31 now. So I can see now it was a hint of jealousy there, but it was a lot of fucking jealousy there, but it was because he wished that he could be in that position, right? Once I graduated high school, this is not to big up me, right? Because this is not about me. But once I graduated high school, I'll admit I used to be like scared to talk to girls. A lot of dudes are scared to talk to girls, right? But once I graduated high school, it's like my swag was on 250. You see what I'm saying? I started going to the gym. I started working out. I was looking real good. I bought my first car. You know what I'm saying? And the confidence was through the fucking roof. And I've always been able to talk. Sometimes I just needed to break the ice. But see, now I'm the icebreaker and the talker. You feel? See? This ain't about me. Anyway. And I guess he didn't like that because he could never do that, right? Men, we get women in our own ways. I never had to do crazy shit to get with a woman. So I guess that's why he, felt a certain way and tried to bring it down. My point still remains, you will always find people who seek to destroy or diminish the importance of something to you because they can't have it, right? Do you know all of these women, the majority of these women that say Simone Biles is we won't allow her to do that, she's crazy for doing it. The majority of them are not married, and if they are, they're not in good marriages, they don't have relationships, they're single, and they only seek to keep women single when they see something like that. When there's a small chink in the armor and there's really nothing, they will create the chink if it's not there and try to destroy it because that's what they do, right? I had a really good quote, I had a really good insert to say, and I kind of I saw this video, right? I saw this video of this young lady, and she said that women only support single women. They don't support women in marriages. And I was a little confused at first. I was like, let me listen to this first. And she said, well, they only support single women because they don't necessarily want to be the ones that are single by themselves. They want company. Misery loves company. They don't like the fact that they don't have relationships and they could never have them, or they sabotage all their relationships. And now they want to be in a position to where they can be close to this woman. I'm paraphrasing and fucking it up, but it's like she said they want to be close to this woman, close enough to show her that the importance of her relationship there is no importance. So now she can now come back to you and you guys can be single and miserable together. It's something like that. If I find that video, I'll repost it on one of my socials. But the fact still remains. We live in a world where no matter what you are as a man, it is looked upon as a bad thing. No matter how you talk, no matter how confident you are, it can be looked upon as a bad thing. And no matter what a woman is, it's always a good thing. No matter what, it's always a good thing, right? And there are some great women out here. There are some women that do some great shit, right? But you have to be honest and say that these people are fucking delusional if they think that they can just destroy this young lady, because she's not a girl, this young lady's relationship because they don't like a certain aspect of it. And then on top of that, Simone has gone on social media consistently and just fucking completely X'd out any other fucking attack on her man. She even posted like, are y'all done? Cause I would like to be relevant. I'm pretty sure she was like, she didn't post this, but I'm pretty sure she was like, of course I'd like to be relevant, but not like this. Like, come on, man, y'all talking about my fucking marriage. This is my man. You know what I'm saying? I love him. You know what I'm saying? That's, I'm pretty sure that's what she said. Regardless, these people are fucking crazy because you don't like what a man says about his woman. Even if he said some fucked up shit, it is ultimately her decision to decide to either stay with this man or leave this man. And if she stays with him, there's nothing you can do about it. Right? There is nothing you can do about it. I have extended my life by at least 5 to 10 years, I think, by minding my fucking business when it comes to other people's relationships, especially. There are certain aspects of other people's relationship that I know personally that I have no control over, so I don't give a fuck. You do what you want, right? You, the man, or you, the woman, are with the man or are with the woman, and y'all act like this or y'all do that. Do I approve of it? Well, my approval doesn't fucking matter, but if I don't, who gives a shit? It's your relationship, not mine, right? Nobody questions my personal relationship, and I don't question anybody else's relationship, right? Here again, it may be a little weird to me, but I'm not the one laying with that person at the end of the night. I'm not the one, waking up to this motherfucker. I'm not the one going on trips and paying bills and having kids. I'm not the one doing that. So that has nothing to do with me, though. Number one thing you have to understand in life, you have to give people the courtesy of doing what the fuck they want to do as long as it doesn't negatively affect you. I'ma say that shit again. In life, you have to give people the courtesy of allowing them to do whatever the fuck they want to do as long as it doesn't affect you personally. You don't like the fact that this man called himself the prize? Is that your husband? No, shut the fuck up. You don't like the fact that he said that she chased him? No? Is that your man? Shut the fuck up. You see what I'm saying? You see how easy things would be if you just leave shit alone that has nothing to do with you? But a lot of people don't understand that because people love drama. People who are miserable love drama because that misery is fueled by chaos, bad news, fucked up shit, and you guessed it, drama. It's like some people act like they can't live without that shit. But here again, leave people the fuck alone. Let them do what the fuck they want to do. As long as it's not affecting you, you'll be fine. Right? That's really all I had to say. If I'll pretty much just be regurgitating the same shit over and over again, which I have a very good tendency of doing. But that's pretty much it for this episode, man. I really hope y'all enjoyed it. Definitely look into this, look into the situation on your own. You may be able to formulate your own opinion. You may be able to understand where I'm coming from. You might think I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a stupid piece of shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You might think I have very solid talking points. Regardless, get in the comment section. Tell me how you feel about the situation. Tell me how you feel about what I said, right? With that being said, hope y'all enjoyed this episode, this podcast. We got more coming. I'm really excited. I love making these. And everybody stay groovy. Everybody stay cool. And above all else, drink your water and handle that.